Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Elemental Series Fire Closed Qualifier. We are getting ready for Super Mode versus Storybud -1. And it is going to be a very intense game. I want to send a huge thank you and a shout out to Challenger Mode for sponsoring the event and for Slipstream for hosting it. But I'm not here on my own. As always, I'm joined by the legend that is Mr. Faded. How are you doing over there, sir?
I'm doing very well, Micah. Thank you very much for the introduction. And yes, we do have a very interesting game indeed. It is Storyboard and Supermode. Gonna be battling it out here. And remember, whoever wins this one will be qualifying to the main event. So, very important match up here. And before we get started, we'll do a quick rundown of the lineups. On Supermode, we have Killero, Torres, and Mingo. And on Storyboard, we have Rexo, Kamzi, and Rob Kieran. And as the players are eager to get started, everyone in. We're going to be getting going with this best of 5 match. Mikey, take it away.
Absolutely, we see a kickoff starting right there, and Rob with a great block winning that affair as kill goes up for a dribble. Fortunate for one of the Storyboard players, not able to do much with it as Mingo goes for a great clear. And Rexo is just going to send it back into the middle, but Kill is there to just get a very easy block, a very easy clear from there. And Rexo just yeets it into the middle, and Mingo with a very easy save once again. Very back and forth action so far, 30 seconds in, and Rob is just going to go for a little deflection, deflects it, beats the second player as Kamzi's going up once again. Kamzi with a great setup, going for a block, manages to get the block, Rexo unable to do much with it, and it is in the center, sent back down, Kill with a great little clear, and a little bit of an air dribble, manages to beat the player, and Rexo just gets there in time as Mingo just demolishes Kamzi, taking that player out of the equation. But Kamzi just spawns back in the perfect place. 1 minute of the game gone. It's been a very, I would say, back and forth affair, to be fair. What are your thoughts initially?
Yeah, my thoughts are the exact same, back and forth affair so far, and it's really just a feeling out phase of the series. Both the teams want to know how each other plays and find some openings, and there's been some close chances to be fair so far, particularly for Storybud, but for Supermode as well, so tough to say who's really got the advantage here. Both teams looking fairly even, Mikey.
Yeah, both teams have been fairly even as we see Rob just hitting it right back towards the other end, and Torres just sending it back, and Kill with a great block. And it is now just Rexo going for the deflection. Kamzi went for the demo, steals the boost, but unable to do much with it. Torres just sends it up as Rexo steals it right back and sends it towards the blue half. And Kamzi not able to win that, but 1v1. Oh, that was a very intense plays. It just got sent on the line in there after a great play from Kamzi. Great pass back from Rob, and Rexo is just there to finish it off. And all of a sudden, the lead has been taken.
Yeah, there's too much pressure for the Supermode team to deal with. And it's a bit of a shame that Rob didn't slot that one to the top right, but for Rexo, he's able to get to it. The defender, so awkward. So a really good start here for Storyboard. Finally managing to break down the Supermode defense. And so only halfway through into this game, advantage here. Where Storyboard is going for one more. Rob tried to get that angle onto the net, but sadly wasn't able to make it through, but Supermode's definitely not out of it just yet. They showed Swax are brilliant as well, but Storyboard's gearing up for attack again.
Absolutely, we're seeing the confidence as the net's just left wide open. Rob with a great save, though, able to just get back in at time as Kamzi sends it right back down the field. Unable to do much. A great pass. Kill with a backflip. Stops it from assisting in the area. As Rob goes for a deflection, but it looks a little bit too late. And Kill Mingo. They win that affair, and it is even up. Unfortunate for Robbie, really tried there. Kamzi is just able, well, he attempted to, and Kill able to just stay there to block that.
Yeah, Kill doing a good job to win that 50-50 against Rob, who was the last man. And for Kamzi, great effort, but unable to get back in time. Mingo securing that one. And so for Supermode, managed to get that one goal back. Took a bit of brute force to get it, but in the end, they score. So making this game 1-1 again, Mikey.
Absolutely, 1-1 in this game, as we're just seeing it come pretty back and forth throughout the entire thing as Kamzi sends it into the middle and a block, but Rexo stops it from going past the midway line. Unfortunately, unable to do much with it though, and misses. And he has no boost to go for the attack to follow up from that play. But a great demo there by Rexo. As Kamzi just pops it up into the middle. Rob going for a little bit of a fancy air dribble as Torres just sends it back. And Rexo, we are literally just playing a game of ping pong at the moment as it is going back and forth. But a great pass from Rexo, sorry, and a great shot from Rob just finishes that off. And this team do seem to be the more confident team today.
Yeah, for sure. Just, piling on the pressure, following up the touches super well, and then Rob, open net, easy as you like it. And I would say they're definitely the more confident side going into this, Mike. I mean, noticing Storybud, very comfortable with holding that midfield line. It's what's allowed them so much pressure in this game so far. You will have noticed SUPRMODE having a lot of trouble getting out, and even when they do manage to get the ball out of their own half, it just comes right back at them. It's instantly controlled for Storybud. So for SUPRMODE, got to try and get more control on that, follow up each other's touches more if possible. But with the last minute left, still SUPRMODE not out of it yet. Just need one more goal to get back in it.
We're seeing it more and more, the back and forth play, but every time it's like you say, every time they sent that back, they were unable to do anything with it. Great little save from Mingo there after a shot from Rob. But again, it's just coming straight back into them. And Kamzi with a great pass back. What a play! A great pass from Kamzi. From Kamzi to Rob. Rob dinks it right into the middle, and Rexo's just there to clean it up. A great team play, and that is what you need if you want to qualify.
Yeah, again, they're just following up each other's touches so quickly in that play, and just completely outpacing the SUPRMODE defenders. And again, there's an open net there for Rexo, so very well done by the Storybud players, and just goes to show how good their pressure is and how speedy they are when they're on the attack. And it's just a case of SUPRMODE unable to keep up with it, but clock running down, Mikey, it's 3-1 win here for Storybud. Really good performance for them so far in this first game. So looking really good as they do get the consolation. Rexo finding his hat-trick now to make it 4-1.
You can just see it over and over again. It is just the great little touches and the great follow-ups on each of the team's hits. And ultimately, that leads to more opportunities and more goals. The communication clearly on point for that team. The rotations are on point, and they're winning these little affairs that they need. And Storybud even, take game number 1.
Yeah, they do indeed. And you just take a look at the stats from that game, the shooting statistics in particular. You see right there, it's 13 shots to 5. You can see how much pressure Storybud had on their opposition. And so for SUPRMODE, as I did mention earlier, it's a case of them trying to take some more control of the ball, because every time they get a clear, it's just the opposition of Storybud picking it up and just sending it right back into the opposing half. And so SUPRMODE got to find more control over the play if they want more of a chance, because at the moment it just seems like, for the most part, they're pinned in their own defense.
Absolutely. I think if you're the SUPRMODE roster now at this point, you need to do something a little bit differently. You need to switch it up a bit, and you need to just be able to go for it. Keep the ball close to them, because if they keep the ball close, they keep hold of that possession. The issue was they were just yeeting it and hitting it time after time after time, and it just kept coming back over and over again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think yeeting it is definitely the term to use, because it was just like they were going for a long clear over and over again. It will work against certain teams who perhaps are pushing further up on the attack, but for Storybud, who always have that third man back, it's just not going to work. And so I think it's finding more touches to each other, and as you say, being more compact in the rotations will hopefully go a long way for SUPRMODE. So as I go, it's the second game for the U's joining us. Storybud, leading 1-0 in this series, looking to extend it. SUPRMODE maybe looking for redemption in this match. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of thing that we're going to see from this game, is that it's going to be very back and forth, different action. and hopefully we will see a little bit of different play from them. As we're just seeing Kamzi being stuck, sending it back in, and Torres with what? Torres with a great pass there, and Kill is just able to finish that off. And unfortunately, it did just get stuck in the hub this time, so maybe Super's got a little bit more life this game.
Yeah, for sure. They're just piling on pressure, and then you just see Torres absolutely pinging it into the ceiling there, and Rob couldn't react to it in time. Kill was there for it, so it's as you like. It's just a case of breaking down the defense for SUPRMODE. So this is the start they need, you know, as the team down in this series. They want to score first and get themselves in the lead, and hopefully they keep a hold of it. But as we say, it's 4 minutes. So it'll go Storybud. We know them. They're a very dangerous side. Is Torres. Oh my word, what a wall read there, but just quite off the mark. So we'll see if Torres and the boys can keep a hold of this lead.
Yeah. We saw a little bit of difference there, as Mingo's going to go for a little bit of an air dribble. A great block there though. And Rexo goes for a shot. Torres with a fairly easy block, and that was a close play as Kamzi goes for a very powerful shot, and Kill just able to get there just in time with Torres sat on the on the backboard waiting to go down just in case.
Yeah, what a save, honestly, for Kill. It's just unreal. So just managing to keep the slate clean for them here. So far keeping a clean sheet in this game at least, but we are seeing a bit more of the story of the last game. It's Storybud managing to keep control of the ball, especially on that mid line, not letting it pass, and now see Rexo with a passing chance, but he just can't line contact on that ball, but still Kamzi keeping the pressure up. SUPRMODE are, you know, soaking up the pressure pretty well, actually, as they get a breakout onto offense, almost having a great play. We're approaching the halfway mark of this game, and it's still wide open, honestly, Mikey.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think this whole series, this game could go either ways. We see a great pass from Kamzi into the middle, and Rexo is just there to finish it off. A great play as the defenders, unable to do much, just stuck on that goal line.
Yeah, I just see a huge dunk there from Kamzi to kill the ball just outside the box, and this is Rexo to follow up. And you see Torres, I think he was the one in the best position to save it, but he's just had went too hard into that play, really, way too much speed, and he had to slow down so much and try to back up into it. But by that time, Rexo, the shot was perfect behind the defender, and that's going to go in every single time. And so it's finally Storybud. I think they had almost a minute and a half of pressure, at least consistently, but they do come out here with the equaliser. They almost had another one, but Torres getting that block. It's still pressure for Storybud, looking like they're bringing out their last game selves here.
Absolutely, we're seeing a lot more life this game. It's almost as if that first game was a little bit of feeling out the opposition. So Rob is just going to send that right back into the centre. And Torres with a backflip, able to just stop the offense there. But again, they've just let out possession. Back to Rob. Rexo with a great pass into the middle. No defenders there, no attackers there to do anything with it. But Torres with the flip, and Kamzi with a demo there, stopping anything really from happening on a counter attack. As Kamzi's going for a little bit of a dribble now. He's got it past one. He's still got it past one. It is in the centre. He's going for a great block of Torres. And Rexo eventually was a bit of a slow pay, but Rexo eventually capitalizes on that pass. A great pass from Kamzi, a great block just to mess Torres up. And a little bit of miscommunication between Mingo and Torres results in Rexo being able to just slot it into the net, and suddenly it's 2-1.
Yeah, the defense just looks like a complete and utter mess right there. And I think miscommunication was definitely part of the issue between Mingo and Torres, at least. But yeah, you saw Kamzi just make it so awkward for the SUPRMODE defenders. Then Rexo could swoop in like that and get a goal. And so Storybud, they now find themselves with a lead and really with full control of this game. They've got a minute to burn off the clock. I don't see any reason, you know, to see them not winning this game. Actually, they're in a perfect position to do it. Really, just are all over their opposition right now.
There is, you know, Torres, Mingo, and Kill from Super unable to do much, but just sit there and keep taking this offense and hope that a gap opens up for a counter attack. And the gap has opened up as Torres gets a great hit there, and he's just going to go for that one more time, sends it into the center. Kamsi with a block against the backboard, and it just lands on Mingo's count, unable to do much with it, but a great rotation from Kill means that he can stop the counter attack from Rexo. As Mingo, it got sent back into the middle. Mingo with a great save there. And we're just seeing the offense just keeps on coming and keeps on coming. And it does seem to be that Kamsi and the boys in orange over there, they are being a little bit slower. They are being a little bit more defensive. You know, they're not trying anything too hard. They're not leaving the net wide open. And Storyboard take the victory 2-1, and that is what you need to do if you want to qualify.
Yeah, for sure, Mikey. So as you said, one more game left for Storybud, 2-0 up of this series, and you mentioned them playing a little bit slower paced in their gameplay, which is something they can rightfully do. They don't need to just chase everything if they don't have to. They're not forcing themselves to play that play style. They're just playing very solid, especially in their back line. Always got a man back because they know how SUPRMODE are playing right now. You know, every time they find a clue, they can't follow it up, and it will always go to one of their defenders, and then they can start another attack from it. So I think with SUPRMODE here, they, you know, I seen them playing a couple of weeks ago actually in the qualifiers, and one thing they're doing so well is denying the space of their opposition, which, you know, they did super well. I think they should try that with Storyboy, because this sort of counter-attacking playstyle isn't going to cut it. They've got to be a bit more, you know, balls to the wall, you could say. Deny as much space as you can for Storybud, because they're the ones playing a bit slower pace, and so if, you know, SUPRMODE can ramp it up, just go full throttle for everything, then they can have a better chance at this game. Because you see the shot counts again, 14 shots to 2. SUPRMODE having basically nothing in that game. Full control for Storybud. So for SUPRMODE, it's your time to shine now. They've got to win 3 in a row if they want to qualify for the Elemental Series main event. So let's see if they can do it, Mikey.
Absolutely, and if you're Storybud, you are on a mission today, as it is already, because they have competed in pretty much every qualifier so far, been unable to qualify. They got knocked out in the last qualifier at the quarterfinals. So they'll be hoping for a little bit more. If they can get this series, they will finally get that qualifier, and all their hard work will pay off. So we just see Rob unable to do much with that, just getting it out of the center though, and Rexo losing a little 1v1 with Torres. Kill just bumps it right up into the air, but a great block from Rob, and it is sent into the middle, but Torres is there, a pretty weak hit, unable to do much with it. And it is just very back and forth again, and a great pass there. Kamsi unable to do anything with it though, and a great flick from Kill. And was that enough to get the save? That little touch at the end, just enough to get the save, and we're just under a minute into this game. And it is very much one-sided at this point.
That was too close for comfort for Storybud. That very, very nearly made it in, but the shot was just wide, and this tiniest of touches was just enough to get it out in that situation. So Storybud getting away with that, you know, definitely dodged a bullet, but it's looking like SUPRMODE, they're getting some more chances here. They're having some more pressure this time. So you could be right in saying it's a little bit, you know, not totally one-sided, but a little bit more in favor of SUPRMODE at the moment. Not giving Storybud much space to work with at all. They're making their defense super awkward at the moment, but finally Storybud will get it out. But SUPRMODE having a good start again, just like in the previous game, but as I said before, maybe just be about time before it starts to drop off. We'll have to see.
Yeah, just see a little shot, a little bit wide there from Bingo. We're going to go on the counter attack there, and a great little passing play between Rob and Rexo. Unable to do much with it though. It gets sent right back into the middle, and Bingo not really sure what to do there, so just trying to rotate a little bit and Kill. Little block, and it's not. It's like they're really trying to get it in the middle, but both rosters really good at just stopping that attacking play and stopping the pass into the middle. But the pass into the middle is there from Kamsi, and Rexo. Oh, a great block from Kill just takes him out of the equation, unable to capitalize on that opportunity. And another great pass, but Rexo just there at the right place at the right time to be able to just dink that on a little bit.
Yeah, it was really close there again for SUPRMODE. Almost another chance. It was a good effort from Torres, but Storyboard's, quick enough to get to that one. So it's starting to balance out a little bit more, but I'm still favouring SUPRMODE a little bit. Their chances that they have had have looked so dangerous, and I'd imagine by now they would have had converted at least one, but Storyboard's defense have been good enough where they are able to fend them off at least for now. So we got 2 minutes left. This one could definitely go down to the wire. It's looking super close, but Kill has a great chance here. A double tap almost gets it behind Kamze, but what a save. And Torres again with a follow-up, but Kamze with it again. And the attempted infield not going to be met by any of the SUPRMODE's defenders. Again, super close chance, but the Storyboard defense just looking incredible at the moment.
Absolutely, Kamzi's just getting save after save, and you just see another one there. As Mingo goes up right into the air, he's going to go for a little air dribble, maybe try and pinch it against the corner. Unable to do much with it, though, as the deflection comes in. And Torres is just going to go for for a very close shot, but Rob just able to tip it up a little bit. And it is very much still in the favour of SUPRMODE, and that's the sort of thing that we needed to see after their last game. And at the moment, you've got 55 seconds. This is going to go down to the wire. And as I say that, another shot comes in. Rob with a great save. He's getting a number of saves himself today. So Rexo is just there trying to get the offense, and he does get it past one, but gets blocked by Mingo. Torres now going for a little deflection, but Kamzi's just there to block it. And Kamzi's been really good at also stopping them from getting the boost at the same time. Trying to boost starve them a little bit. As Rob just goes for a little bit of an air dribble with 30 seconds left to go. Is it time to change things up a little bit, or do you keep doing what you're doing and see who breaks the barrier?
I feel like for SUPRMODE, what worries me is I feel like if they're keeping this style up where they're having the pressure, they may overstep it a little bit. I just have that kind of gut feeling about them. But at the same time, with you're having so much pressure if you're SUPRMODE, you've got at the moment 7 shots to 2. You're doing really well at keeping that pressure. But Storyboard, they look comfortable actually to stay on defense and let SUPRMODE go for them. And I think it's a case for them. They have control and they're just going to let SUPRMODE make the mistake perhaps. But we have overtime now. No goal scored in this game so far. So been really, really close. It's just a case it's going to break first. Now it looks like it'll be SUPRMODE as off the kickoff, Storyboard will get it. It is Kamze, and with Torres, that 50-50 being killed right in front, and Kamze, what, a star player he's been, bangs it. Top shelf, and welcome Storyboard to the Elemental Series main event. You have deserved it.
Absolutely. Storyboard have been a team on a mission. They competed in pretty much every qualifier so far. And if you're the team of Storyboard, after that performance, you walk away with your head held high. And when that event starts next week, it's going to be very, very tough for them. You've seen them, it's been a struggle for them to qualify. But right now for them, it is their time to celebrate.
Yeah, for sure, and rightfully so if you're Storyboard, especially if you've been playing the last few qualifiers and have just not been able to make it every time. In the final qualifier, they clutch up here in the winners bracket, coming all the way. So gotta say, hats off to you, Storyboard. It was starting to look a bit scary in that third game, I will admit, but they kept things under control, and in that overtime, managed to get that win. But for SUPRMODE, they're not out of it yet. They dropped to the losers bracket, and they will have one more chance to make the main event of the Elemental Series. But for Storyboard, they get to finish early here. They're in, so no worries for them, and they'll be looking forward to next weekend, I believe, or well, next week, should I say, for the main event of the Elemental Series. Will they be competing with a bunch of other teams in the scene? But I certainly enjoyed that, Mikey. It was a brilliant series, even despite how short it was. Great stuff from both teams here.
Absolutely, both teams are credit to themselves in them situations, and they'll be really proud of themselves for getting through to that main event. That main event happens next Monday and next Thursday, I believe. Could be wrong there, but a very good series, a very quick series, and for me, if I'm the team of SUPRMODE now, I'm going into I'm going into the lower bracket. I'm like, okay, we had a bit of an iffy game there. You know, there were a few issues. They didn't play awfully, but they didn't capitalize enough, and I think that's the thing that they've got to work on as they make their way through that lower bracket. But we are gonna head to a break before we come back in not that long actually, to be fair. Where you're gonna be casting again, sir, over there. How's it going?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'll be casting again. I believe I have a random chicken coming in. So yeah, going to be an exciting series. I'm not sure what series is up next on stream, but I'm sure we'll find that out very soon. So as I said, we're going to be heading now to a break. So we'll be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere, everyone.